Okay, so let's start the function. So I will go quickly. Okay, when we will get a new topic, that time only I will go slow. Otherwise, don't waste time in the normal things. Okay, so how be declaring the function? So let's start how to declare the function with the help of function keyword. And after function keyword, what we are writing? We are providing the function name. Suppose that one function name, that is addition. Okay, after that parenthesis, and after that curly braces. So this type we are going to declare the function. And here we have to write the logic. Logics, logics. Now next thing, how we will call this function? How to call the function? Please just speak. This is not the morning class.
Yes, sir. Function name.
Function name,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay. So with function name. So function name like this type. See, when I told this is not morning class, everybody started speaking. Means morning everybody is sleeping. This is another way of verification. You can verify. But after that also, you can see that many person is still sleeping. Let x equal to 5, and we are going to declare one more variable. Let y equal to 7, and let z equal to x plus y. Fine, and console.log. Let's write z. Okay, and now we had to call that function, so we got that 12. Okay, so this way we can create the function and we can call. Okay, so anyone having any issue in this thing? I not thinking that anyone. Okay, so function can be defined with the help of function keyword. You can use function to declare the function expression. So how we can declare the function? So we can declare the function. Earlier in this topic, you learned that function are declared with the following sentence. Following syntax. So with the help of function and function name and parameter, if anything are there, we can pass inside the parenthesis, and then code, whatever code you want to write, you can write that. It's okay. Next, declared function are not executed immediately. Means when you will write the function, as you written this line of sentence, it will not get executed immediately. What they will do? They are saved for later use. Okay, and will execute later when they are invoked. Means when they will called. When somebody will call. 1 second. Let me take water. Okay. See, while studying time or while working, while doing any activity, please keep water bottle near your table. Okay. And within 1 hour, try to take, means each hour, try to take water. Otherwise, it will affect the health. Because while working, you will not take care regarding this thing. So please be careful. Otherwise, many issue will be. Okay. So how to invoke the function? So with the help of the function name. So here we had written function, then we had returned something. It will return the value whatever we will do. Next is semicolons are used to separate. Yeah, so semicolons are used to separate the executable JavaScript statements. Here we are writing that semicolon for separating each line of code. That is the thing. Since function declaration is not executable statement, it is not common to end it with a semicolon. It's not going to end, means where it ending with the curly braces. So this was the function declaration. Okay, The same thing, something is written in function declaration. So what is that? Next is function expression. Oh, sorry, this name is not changed. Second. Okay, so how to express the function? So a function can, JavaScript function can be also defined using the expression. A JavaScript expression can be stored with a variable. So what we can do, we can store it with a variable also. So same thing we was doing previously. Means we was calling the function with some variable name. We are calling, but here what we will do, we will store the function itself with the variable. So let's see how we going to store that. So function with variable. Many time when you will look over the code, if the code is written with the like Angular or React, you will look that if this type of function you will get there. So what is written here? Let's see the output first. So it given that one, sorry. Okay, we had not passed the value. 4, 2 argument, comma 5. Yeah. So what we had written here? We had written one variable name. Wait, I will write in one line. Then you will get some more clarity over that. Yeah. So what is written here? So we had written the function as normal. Okay. We had written the function as normal, and after that, but we had written function name that is x. And is this x should be here. But what we had done, we had written outside. So how we had modified the normal function like this way? Just help me if you got some idea. So we will write function, and our function name is function x. And what we are writing here, we had written a comma b. Okay. Next, return. Is this correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Same thing we
Yes,
had
sir.
written, and we had called here. But what we had done, we had written, means the topic name is itself is the function with variable. Means now convert this function with the variable. So what we will do, we will remove this function name. Okay, and make one variable here, let or const, anything. And what is the variable? So variable is nothing, that was function name. Okay, means whatever function name we had written here, same thing we had removed there. If you have, if somebody will tell you to convert into arrow function, so how you will do? You will remove this function keyword also, correct or not? And
Yes, sir.
here you will pass that arrow function. Now this become your arrow function, and it will do the same thing. Means same function we can write in different way. So what we had done, this become your arrow function. Let's say do one thing, we will write in all the scenario ARROW arrow function. This become your arrow function. And what was the normal function? Variable one. Variable one was this one, and here the function keyword is required. Is this correct or not? So same function actually you can't take, that's why getting error. Is this correct? So we had written the function, and this become your which one? Variable function. Means same line of code we had written in the above line. Here there is no any changes in both scenario. Okay, let's remove this one and keep that. Now check the output in both scenario, whether we getting the output or not. So see, we got the 20. This is arrow function. Let's comment this line. Now come to the variable type. So let's check, we got the output. Means in both scenario what we had seen, the output was same. So why we are writing this type? We getting error because function is not there, that's why. So we getting error, sorry, we writing function in different form. Normal form is there also, then we had already seen the arrow function. Then now we are looking over the function with a variable, means function we going to declare with a variable. So when you want to call this function, what are you doing? You are just calling the function name, means whatever variable name was there, you calling. But see that here we had not written any parenthesis with x, but then also with x we are passing the parenthesis because x is going to represent the function name. That's why. Got it? Any issue? Anyone having writing the variable, means variable type function? Please tell me. Any issue?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No issue, because the function means normal, the arrow function which we had seen, the second step was like this type, means the variable type. This was your second step when you converting into arrow function, and then third step you was converting to the arrow. So same thing, it named as a function with a variable. And when you will write the code with React, Angular, and JavaScript also, so nowadays many person writing with this type itself, means in the variable type. Mostly you will see that many developer writing the code like this function itself, this one, or otherwise this arrow function. Means now this normal function very less person going to write, but everything all are same, there is no any changes, there is no any difference. But then also it's looking, means you can tell that it's looking cool, means that's it, because it's came in one line, so it's looking somewhat good. That's why we are doing like that. Okay. So a JavaScript function can also define the variable can be used as a.
Sir, your voice not came.
There directly with a console.log. If you not. Hello.
Sir, hello, sir. Your voice not came. Network issue.
Now
I think.
it's fine.
Sir, your voice is breaking out, sir. Breaking out.
Now is it fine? Now is it fine or not?
Yes, yes, yes. Okay.
Okay. That
Before
time it
that,
had,
your voice is
that
breaking
time,
out.
yeah, that time it had broken, I think. Okay. So what we had done, we had written with the variable, means function. We were representing the function with the variable that is x. But here we had written a return value. So previously what we had done, in the console itself, we had written x, 4 and 5. Correct or not? Previous line where we was calling function inside here. Sir, voice is breaking. Is it voice breaking now?
No, sir.
Hello?
No, sir, no, sir.
Okay. So what we are doing, Lalan, maybe some network issue. Check. So previously what we had done, we had written the function and we had called that function inside the console.log itself. But just imagine if you writing like this much lengthy line of code, means x, 4, 5, whatever argument you have written. If this is like lengthy, it becomes somewhat complicated to carry forward the same line wherever you want the calculation of a into b. So what we are doing, we are not calling this one. Okay. So what we will do, we will assign with the variable. See this line of code. So we assigned with the variable, and now in place of calling this much, we will call just z. So write z and save. So there is only one console and we got the output. And what is the line number? Line number 23. See that line number 23, because here we had written return, and due to return, what happened? Whatever operations it's going to do inside the curly braces, it will pass to x. Okay. And when we calling x, whatever return it came here, but we are not storing there only. We are passing that value to z. So wherever it required, you will take z in place of taking this much lengthy line. So you can think that this become easy to carry forward the same line of code. Correct or not? Wherever, suppose you have to carry 10 pieces of cloth if you're going anywhere. Okay. In place of carrying that 10 pieces, all 10 pieces, in your hand and you are traveling somewhere, so it become very difficult to carry that 10 pieces. Okay, what you are doing, you are keeping those 10 pieces of cloth in the bag. So now what you're doing, you're not keeping that all the cloths in your hand. Now you taking the bag, just only one bag. So same thing we doing here. So whatever output was there, we are not carry forward this one everywhere. What we had done, we had kept this with one bag. What is the bag name? That is Z. So now we are carrying this Z only. Okay, and we getting the same output, because if you carrying the 10 pieces of cloth, so anyway, wherever your destination, you will reach there and you will get that all the 10 pieces of cloth, whether you get, whether you taking in your hand or whether you Dharmender. Okay, so wherever you taking that cloth, 10 pieces of cloth, you will get that whether you can carry in your bags or in your hand, but it's become look good and it become easy to carry somewhere. That's why in place of carry this type, you can pass to variable, because anyway there is a return keyword. It going to return you whatever operation will be do. So always try to like means carry like this. This is the, you can tell that this is the correct way of writing code. You can write that also. It's not any problem. Nobody will complain you, but this will look good. That's why we are writing like that. Okay. Any issue up to here? So next, the function above is actually a anonymous function, a function without a name. So where is the function without name? Because see, we had written the function, but there we had not written any name, because whatever name was here, we had kept this outside with the variable. The same thing we are telling that the function with the variable, but here there is no any name with the function keyword. So that is known as the anonymous function. But why we had taken and why we telling this to x as a function? Because whatever this complete line of code, function and something is written, this completely pass to whom? This completely pass to x. So variable type of function is also known as, you can tell that variable type of function is also known as anonymous function. Okay, means function without a name. So function are stored in a variable do not need function names. They are always invoked, called using the variable name. So whenever you want, you will call this x. Next, the function above end with a semicolon because it is part of the executable sentence. It's not an issue. Is any issue anyone having in the function variable this thing?
Sir,
No problem. Yeah.
what is the function expression, sir? Meaning.
Whatever we are writing there, na.
Yeah.
1 second. What is this? This itself known as function expression.
Okay, sir.
Got it?
But function declaration also told this thing.
Yeah, same. It's like same type. That's not an issue. Function declaration, like variable declaration. What you are doing? Variable declaration.
In
Let
function, no.
x. We are writing this, na. Let x.
Yeah, sir.
This become your variable declaration. So same
Yes.
type. You can tell that function declaration.
Okay, sir.
Because here what we had done, const x. This become got declared or not? The variable, whatever variable is there, it got the data type const. So that becomes the declaration. Correct?
Yeah, sir.
Function declaration, variable declaration, initialization, these all are common. Means everywhere is same, whether function, object, or anywhere. That's not an issue. So next, the function constructor. So what means this? So we had already seen constructor. How to create the constructor? Don't tell the constructor key.
Inside
No,
class.
no.
Inside constructor, inside class.
We can create with the help of new keyword also. We can create or not. Yesterday we had seen that we was creating and we was passing my mother, my father to means function was there. So each time if you want, you can call like this. So when we telling to create the function constructor, I not told that create constructor. Listen the term. What I told the function constructor means you going to construct the function. Got it? So how we was doing that means previous class. We written that function, new function equal to, inside that some logics are written, and after that you will call that function. So we call the function with the help of this one. And yeah, so we call the function here. Previously, maybe I think you forget. Just let me recap. Yeah. Say this. This line of code. We had created one function, and in this function, what we doing here? New person, and then be passing the argument. Here we are creating that. Correct or not? So this become your function constructor. So same type we will do here also. What we done? We had created one function with the help of new and function keyword. As like object, if you have to create object or array or a string, so what we will do? We will create that with the help of a new and a array, or a new string, new object. So those type. So same thing we had written here, new function, and inside function be writing something a comma b, return this that. But what we had learned, don't try to create the function, don't try to create object, don't create to try that a string, these all things. So how we can create that? So suppose if you have to declare or you have to create the array, so what you will do? You will just pass this one. If you have to create object, just pass this one. If you have to pass a string, what you will do? Pass curly braces. Correct or not? So these all things we had discussed. Is this correct? So this type we are going to create, means just we will pass a empty, means no, never try to create like new array. Never try to create like this. This is not good practice. Okay. So whenever required, you will create like this type. So same thing in the case of function also. We can create like this way. So let's look over here. So a JavaScript functions are defined with the function keyword. So the function can also be defined with the inbuilt in the JavaScript function constructor that is called function and parenthesis. So with the help of new, be going to create the function, and whatever logic you want, you can write there. So here we going to call that, and if you will write x in the console, you will get the actual value. But you actually don't have to use the function constructor. This example is same as writing. Same thing, whatever we are writing here, the same thing as like constructor case. So see, in this example, what we had done, my function is a variable and function, and then parenthesis a comma b, and then return. What is this one? What type of function this one? What is the function type?
Variable.
No, variable, that's fine. But one more name is there.
Anonymous function.
So this is known as the anonymous function because there is no name for the function. But you can tell variable also. That's also fine, not an issue. Okay, so we already seen how to call the function. So in place of creating with the help of new keyword, don't create that. You can just write normal function, means whatever we are writing that. If you want, you can make that arrow function. If you want, you can make normal function. Got it or not? So you can create like anything, but don't create with the help of a new keyword. That is not good actually. That's why. Anyone having any issue? So whenever you getting any term to create object or array or function, so don't create with the help of new. That's not needed. You can directly array means square bracket, object means parenthesis, like that type. That type you can do that. Got it? What is the hosting of the variable? What is hosting in variable?
Sir, declare first is declare and another is declare the value.
Yeah, so that is like a declaration of the variable, not the value, declaration of the variable. So see that earlier in this topic you have learned about the hosting, that is JavaScript hosting. So hosting in JavaScript is default behavior of moving declarations to the top of the current scope. Okay. So next, hosting applies to a variable declarations and to the function declarations. Means hosting is applies to the variable, then function, these are everywhere. Okay, so because of this, JavaScript function can be called before they are declared. Declared means what you getting, like let, if we will write let x, means it got declared, means it got hosted somewhere. Now we can use x equal to 5. Correct. So this is known as the hosting. First line is known as the hosting, and second line we had provided the value. So same thing in the case of function type. What we had written? We had written x. Sorry, my function and 5, and then we are going to make one function, but one line is written there. Function defined using the expression are not hosted, means when we declaring any function with the help of function keyword, means this become the function. So when we writing any function, it's no need to host that one. Okay, so in the function it's no need, but suppose that variable, then you have to declare that.
Sir,
Means
is there any difference between hosting and declaration?
no, both are look same type. There is no any more changes.
There's no difference.
Yeah, no. But in interviewer, what they are asking, they will not ask the simple thing like a declaration. Okay, they will ask what is hosting. Means the term it may be confused you, because maybe you forget, because daily whatever we are doing, we are practicing. That time we are telling declare and initialize. Nobody is telling that much lengthy term hosting. Correct.
Then we can
But
say that declaration is hosting.
yeah, you can tell. It's like same process, like that way you can explain, but both are same. So the function expression can be made self invoking. Okay, so yeah, sorry, the topic now self invoking function. So which type of function is known as the self invoking? So a function means function can be self invoked. How we are invoking the function? Suppose invoking means what? Invoking
Function
means
called self-invoking means you can say like recursion.
yeah.
Automatic function calls.
Sir, execute automatically.
If you in
Hello, sir. सर आपका स्क्रीन फंस गया सर, पता नहीं।
सर भोज खाने गए हैं।
अभी तो चुप। दोस्त सर को भोज खाना।
सर के बगल में दावत है ना सर को। सर के घर के बगल में साथी।
हमको भी तो बुला।
बट सर ने अभी कहा है कि
दोनों
वाटर अपने पास ही रखिए, जब क्लास कर रहे हो तो हेल्थ के लिए अच्छा रहेगा।
कैसे अपने पास रखे?
एक सेकेंड, मेरा आवाज नहीं जा रहा है क्या?
नहीं सर। और आपका
मेरा आवाज नहीं जा रहा है?
अब आ रहा है सर। उस वक्त वीडियो भी स्टक हो
उस
चुका
समय
था।
नहीं जा रहा।
नहीं, वीडियो भी फंस चुका था, तभी तो सब गप करने लगे।
पता नहीं, मेरा तो सही चल रहा था नेट, शायद पता नहीं। अभी ठीक है?
Yes,
तो बोलना चाहिए था ना कि मतलब कि हाँ नहीं आ रहा है आवाज, इसीलिए तो सब शांत रहते हैं, मुझे पता ही नहीं चलता है कि क्या हो रहा है।
धर्मेंद्र तो तब से बोल रहा था कि सर भोज खाने गए, भोज खाने गए।
मैं तो पढ़ा रहा था, मुझे क्या पता कि क्या हुआ, क्योंकि कोई बोलता ही नहीं है, तो मुझे लगता है सब चल रहा है सही से, मुझे क्या पता। सब शांत रहते हैं तो मुझे लग रहा है कि ऐसे भी शांत है, कोई फर्क नहीं मुझे पड़ रहा है। इसीलिए तो मैं बोलता हूँ कि बोलिए बीच में, तो कोई बोलते ही नहीं, तो मुझे क्या पता।
सर अभी
कहाँ
बोल
तक
रहे
अभी
थे, आप ही नहीं सुने। आप पूछे थे
1 सेकेंड अभी।
इन्वोकिंग क्या होता है, व्हाट इज इन्वोकिंग।
हाँ तो वो तो, हाँ तो उसके बाद तो अभी चल ही रहा था ना, सेल्फ इन्वोकिंग अभी पढ़ा रहा था।
पढ़ाते पढ़ाते सर आप अटक गए तो हम बोले कि सर भोज खाने गए हैं, सर का रिप्लाई नहीं आ रहा था।
मेरा तो चल रहा था, मेरा तो कोई रुका हुआ नहीं था।
तो
अब तुम
सर आप
लोग
सुने,
साथ रहो
आप
तो मुझे पता ही
बोले
नहीं
कि
चला।
सर भोज खाने गए हैं, आप सुने क्या?
हाँ वो वाला सुना।
उसके
मुझे वही
बाद
लगा कि पढ़ाते पढ़ाते ये लोग क्यों बोलने लग गया। फिर उधर प्रफुल्ल बोल रहे हैं कि सर बोले हैं कि पानी रखने क्या क्या। मतलब ऐसे ही किसी का आवाज नहीं निकलता है, और जैसे ही मौका मिलता है बस मौका को छोड़ेंगे क्यों हम। Okay, so self-invoking. So suppose that we are calling this function, then only this function will get called, correct? But I not want to call that function, and without calling also, if I want to call, then how that will be possible? So that is possible with the help of self-invoking. Okay, so how we will write that function? So the function expression can be made self-invoking. A self-invoking expression is invoked started automatically without being called. Means no one going to be called, it get automatic called. So function expression will be execute automatic if the person is followed by parenthesis. See this symbol. If the function will be written inside the parenthesis, it will get automatic called. So let's go through the examples. So see that. What we had written here, we had written function, correct? Means like this way, two parentheses, and inside the first parenthesis write the logic, complete function, and there is no any name. Okay, and here we had written console.log this that whatever, and right now console.log and x. Now save and check whether we getting output. So we got a hello. Who had called this function? Anyone had called? No, it get automatic called. So suppose that now voice is going or not?
Yes sir.
Okay, fine. So now we going to create one function for the addition. Okay, so let's make one function for the addition. How to make that? Means self-invoking. So what we will do? First we will take the parenthesis, correct? Inside this parenthesis, I start writing function. Otherwise, do one thing. It's a simple way. Write the function first. Function, no need to pass any name. And addition, you want the addition. Remove this parenthesis. I will take with the help of argument a comma b, and let z equal to a plus b. I don't know that it will give error or what, but let it to be. Then semicolon, and then what? We will write that console.log, correct? And z. Let's format that code. Okay, so we had written the function. I want to make this self-invoking. So do one thing. First make normal function. Addition or subtraction. What is this? Addition. Okay. Add 5, 6. Let's save. So we got 11. Now we had called this function. Remove this. I not want to call. I want to make the self-invoking. So in the self-invoking, there will be no any function name. Remove this function name. And now cut this complete line of code. Pass inside the parenthesis. Okay. And how you calling the function? So we are calling function with the help of a parenthesis. Sorry. With the help of function name and parenthesis. But in this case, there is no any function name. So we will remove this here also, function name, and we will write just parenthesis. But here we will not write the parenthesis. We will write the parenthesis just near here. Got it? Like this way. And now save. Now see that what we got? We got NaN. Can anyone tell the reason why we got NaN?
because we
Can
not
anyone?
pass value, sir.
Yeah. So we had not passed the argument because we are taking here A and B. So pass that argument. So where we are passing the argument, mostly what we are doing, suppose if you writing add, so inside the add you will pass some value. So here there is no any function name, means it will be passed inside this parenthesis. So pass here 4,9. Okay, and remove this, and now check that whether it's working fine or not. So we got the 13. Means who going to call this function? So nobody called, it get automatic call. Means as your the loop got executed, it will get automatic called. Means when your JS file got load, it will get called automatic. No need to call this one. Is this clear? So this is most important. Means many time you will look the code, somebody written like this. Maybe that time you will get confused what they had written. But this is the self-invoking function. Suppose you have to take the data from the user, means from the input field. How you will take? Make one function. How to make function? First, you want if you want the normal, just you can take function. I not want the function name, remove and input. So we will write that let username equal to, and whatever we will write like a document dot get element by ID, document dot let it to be document dot prompt. Otherwise I have to write HTML also. Enter value. Suppose that I writing enter value. Next, let user is there. Okay. Then console.log. We will write console.log and username. Okay. But what we had done, we had not written the function name. Means we want to make that self-invoking. So we will cut this line of code, pass parenthesis, and make there itself function call. This become your function call. Pass the complete line of code. Now format. Means now it going to take the user, means input something input from the user. It will pass inside the console and it will print. Let's see. So it given that request something, whatever we had placed, it gone. Means whatever we were doing previously, everything will be same. No any changes. But what is the changes here? Self-invoking. Nobody getting called. Means nobody going to call that. Is it clear or anyone having any doubt? Tell me.
No doubt, sir.
Clear. What about others? Any issue?
Clear, sir.
Clear. Fine. So this is actually function, self-invoking function.
No doubt, sir.
Fine. Next. So this function, the above function is actually an anonymous function. Anonymous and self-invoking function. Without in this function, there is no any name, means anonymous, and nobody calling that function. It getting automatic called, means self-invoking. Means we can tell two things, self-invoking and anonymous, both things inside this function. But if you have to make anonymous function, then how you will make that? If anonymous function, no need of the self-invoking, then what we will write? How we will write? I telling that I not want self-invoking. How you got that self-invoking? Due to this parenthesis. 2 time parenthesis is there. One is this one and one is keeping all the function logic inside that. That is parenthesis. Due to that, this one and last one. Due to this, you telling that this is self-invoking. Then how be creating anonymous function? Because if you want anonymous, just copy this. I'm not going to cut that. Just like this, and the function name is not there, but you have to make one variable. Let x equal to. This become your, what is this? Anonymous, anonymous function. Got it or not? So this become your anonymous function. And what is this? Yeah.
Here we create one variable x. We can pass x in, sir, what invocate call function, what that one, line number 48. Inside
number
this
40.
parenthesis, yeah, sir. Inside
Yeah.
this parenthesis, we pass only x, sir.
Suppose that if you passing there, okay, then you know what is the problem. Then you have to call with the help of this one. Correct or not?
Yeah, sir. Only
Then
x we
one
pass inside the this parenthesis.
means you telling here.
Yeah, the complete function remove and pass x here, sir.
Okay,
Complete
means you
function.
telling to
Means
write
that
here
yeah,
x.
only x. Yeah.
Yeah, then I think it will get called. This function will get called. Let's see. What happened? Cannot access
One
x before initialization. Means
one
a
parenthesis we remove it, sir. Sir, parenthesis. Parenthesis.
no. Parenthesis is not the issue. Means a parenthesis may be come as a issue. Issue is the initialization.
Yes, sir.
Because correct. So you have to keep this line. 1 second. Wait. First
Before, sir. Line pass, sir, and below
just
62.
1 second. 1 second. Anonymous and anonymous with help invoking invoking. Yeah, let me copy this fine first.
Sir, below line number 76.
Put what happened? Cannot access x before initialization. Again that error came. You know what is the issue? Nobody calling this x. Okay, this x, this line number 68, it trying to
Yes.
call, but where that is, because this getting automatic load first time itself. Correct or not? Because this is self-invoking, and means this become like a nested. Inside the function, this got called, and when calling the x, that time this one not got
Sir,
executed.
x make return type, sir. In line number 61, make return type one time, sir.
Return user. Now also you will get error because you cannot access x before initialization. Line number 69, this one, when this page getting load, that time itself it get executed because this is self-invoking. Getting or not? This is self-invoking. Nobody calling this function, but this function who is calling x is going to be called right here x. And comment just this line. Save. Got it?
Sir, complete x we can pass, sir. After x we pass one parenthesis inside
Let's
line
try.
number 69. After x, sir, we pass one more parenthesis.
I think maybe here it will possible.
Yes, sir.
No, again it
That
got
time
error.
also. Okay, sir.
We can't access like that then. Okay, because
Yes, sir.
it calling x, but that time x is not available because this becomes self-invoking, and due to self-invoking, without getting extra means this all education means execution, before that itself self calling get called, and when that time x is not available there. That is the issue. But same thing, when we called inside the nested function, it will get called because x will be available. So that is the issue. So is this clear? So this become your anonymous function, and this become your anonymous with self-invoking. So two things we had looked over. So next is function can be used as a value. Means whatever function we had written, the function can be used as a value. Same thing we had looked in the case of variable. So see that 6, sir, x can not call because b are not Initialize of self-invoking. Yeah, that is the thing that we are explaining. Due to self-invoke, that time X not available there. Okay. So next function can be used as a value. So same thing we had looked over examples here. In the case of a return, see this line of code. Let X equal to my function 4 and 3 means now my function going to return you something. This line of code, it will return, and where it gone to assign, it will assign to the X, and now X will be used as your variable. Means X will provide you the value of the function. So same thing is written here. So JavaScript function can be used as a value. So here we have written one function with the return keyword, and whatever return it going to do, it will available here, and then it will pass to the X. And now this complete function execution, it will be available where? In the X, because X will be carry forward wherever it required. So no any extra thing is there. So JavaScript function can be used in the expression, means it telling that different scenario where we can use the JavaScript function. Used as a value. Okay. Second is the used as a expression, means wherever it required, you want to take that value. See that this going to return you some output, and after that it going to again do some operation, third operation. I had not replaced these all text actually. I had forget. So next, functions are object. Are you telling that functions are object or not? So you can check the type of. So type of returning function, return the function for function. Means you will get the function itself. But JavaScript function can be based as described as the object. So JavaScript function have both properties and method. Means with the JavaScript, both things are available, properties and method. So due to that, arguments dot length property return the number of argument received when we function invoked. Okay. So next, like here, return arguments dot length, it will return you how much arguments is available. So this having 2 argument, so it will return you 2 argument. Next, if you want to convert into a string, so what you can do, to a string method is there that going to return the function as a string. If you want to convert that, you can use this one. Let's see what it will give the output. And return, and then console.log and text. Save. Okay. So now this is not the function. This is your a string because it got converted. Do one thing. Remove this. Maybe you will get error. No. So now it become the function because see that return a style, and if keyword is there, everything is there. But when you will go with the to a string, see that it converted. Means it converted in the sense whatever is written here, it displaying in console the same. There is no any changes. Got it? So this type we can convert the function into any other format. Let's do one thing. Remove this to a string and let's look over that what are the all the methods available here. So function have apply, argument, bind. Let's check this argument. So what it giving? It giving null. Means it is not taking any argument, but it having 2 argument. Then caller length, check that length. Length having 2. What is the length 2? It's showing that this 2 length, A and B, 2 argument we are telling that.
Parameters.
Yeah. So that is it's showing the parameter. Okay. So with the help of this different property this function have. So with the help of that we can get all the property and we can manipulate as per our as like different. But in interview nobody will ask you this means method. But yeah, suppose if anybody asks, you can answer. Now you know that what are the methods that function have. So we can verify that and we can tell. Next is arrow function. Already we know that. So arrow function are all allows a short syntax for writing the function expression. You don't need to function keyword, return keyword, and the curly brackets. Already we know, so I will not go much more. So where x equal to function and return, then we are converting. See, here something is written that is ES5. In ES5, we are writing like this one, means variable. This become your variable function with say that anonymous, means variable and anonymous. This become in the ES5. But when ES6 came, what it done? It had removed everything. Means it removed the function keyword. See that there is no function keyword now, and in place of function keyword, it replaced with the arrow one. So this type already we had seen step by step. But one thing is there, with the arrow function already we had seen do not have there on this keyword. So keep in mind, in interview they are asking that this keyword is available in arrow function or not. So you can tell that this is not there on. Okay. Next, they are not well suited for define object method. So next, arrow functions are not hosted, means no need to host that one. They must be defined before they are used. So when you going to use, before that you have to declare there. Means you have to host. Using const is safer than using where. So that I already told, means try to ignore which one, that where. Okay, try to go with the const or late, anyone, that's not an issue. So where, try to, it's safer than where because a function expression is always constant value. Next, you can only emit the return keyword and curly brackets if the function having single statement. If there is single statement, you can remove curly bracket and return keyword also. Means directly you will write which one, x into y. But try to make a habit of passing this curly braces and return also, because when it become multiple and if you lefting there, it will give you error. Next, arrow function are not supported in Internet Explorer 11 or earlier version. So you have to take care that where the arrow function is not supported. So I think, hope you got the clarity over the arrow function. If you have issue, tell me. Clear or not? Not clear.
Clear, sir. But one thing, how many types of sir function?
How many type of function? Function is only two type. Single argument, multiple argument, that's it. Means single parameter or multiple parameter. These are different ways of writing. Got it? Like a function with variable name, then self-invoking function, then anonymous function, then arrow function. These all are different ways of writing the function. If you not want to pass the means function name, that become without a name. So that become which type of function? Anonymous function. Correct? If you want to assign one variable in place of function name, what you can write? Let x equal to and function keyword, and after that parenthesis and this become your variable type of function, and it is also anonymous because function name is not there. If you convert it, Abhishek Sinha started call. Oh, that is batch theory. Okay, second, if you converted again, if you're trying to write in the arrow, means simple, you can convert that into arrow. Got it? So these all are different types of process of writing the function. So keep in mind regarding how we can write self-invoking, arrow function, these two things. Then you will get automatic variable type, that how you can write with variable. But that self-invoking function, it's important actually. So keep in mind that one actually. Next is function parameters. So, oh my God, now I opened this. 1 second. Still I was going in function definition only. Such a lengthy topic this. Oh. This was very long. I thought I covered 2-3 topics. Okay, this will get covered automatic. Okay, so what is the next? function parameter. Parameter means what? Single parameter, multiple parameter, 1, 2, 3, that is argument. So a JavaScript function does not perform any checking on parameter value, that is arguments. Okay. So JavaScript primitives. What means primitive? Oh, sorry, not primitive. This one. Actually, I had not removed. JavaScript parameter and arguments. So earlier in this tutorial, you learned that function can have parameters. So what are those? Parameter 1, parameter 2, parameter 3. These all are the parameter. And then here we writing the code for the execution. Then what we are doing? Function parameters are the same are the names listed in the function definition. Means when you writing this, when you calling this function, when you will call, then we will pass the value that become your parameter value. The same thing, it's known as the argument. Okay. So function argument are the real value passed through the and received by the function. Means when you passing the value, that become your function argument. Next, parameter rules. So what is the rule? Are you getting, or is it just time pass? Is it helpful or not? Oh my God, everybody got sleep.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So see, what are the rules of parameter? So JavaScript function are definitions do not specify data type of parameter. It's not going to declare that whether it's int, number, or this, that. It's not going to check regarding whatever we are passing the value. So JavaScript function do not perform the type checking on the passed value. Suppose that you had written here function A and B, means two arguments are there. Here you are passing one comma something like this. Means function 1 comma Ramu. Number is there, strings are there. Who going to check whether it is number or Ramu or something? Maybe you will got errors. So look over that output. See that you got NaN because you going to multiply 1 with a string. See that the logic, return A into B. That is NaN because that's not a number. So that is the thing, it's writing there. It's not nobody going to check that type, but yeah, you can do manually. Suppose that if suppose you're going to multiply, what you will check, it should not have to be a string. Means whatever number you passing, that is like a string. So what you will do, you will write here if condition. Correct. And inside if you will check, how you will check the number should not be a string or number is a string. How to check? Any idea? Means I have to verify this is for multiplication, so number should be only number type, not the string type. How we can check? You have to validate, then only you will return this one, means you will perform the operation.
Each number, I think there is a function like that.
Each number, let's see. So
I'm not sure, I forgot.
okay, what about others? A, we going to check for the A first. So what should be this one? A equal to what? How to check a string? Is not a number. Is not a number means not a number, means number is not there, means any other things are there. Correct. Let's check what it will do. I don't know. So I will write here console. What we are going to check, A is not a number, means if okay. Okay, I will check here. A triple equal to is nan. If this will be not a number, it will give you true, otherwise false or whatever. Now it given undefined, means a is number. That's why. Let's go with B. Check B. What it given? It again given undefined. Let's go with a double equal to. What it given? It given undefined. How to check that? Type means a number. No idea. Is string? No. So see that. Now we got some. Yeah.
With the help of type of we can check.
Type of,
A
that's fine.
or-
But how you will compare? That's whether the whatever is coming, it is number or a string. How we
like
will come?
type of a triple equals a string. If it will be true, then it means it is a string.
Okay. Tell.
Yes.
If a
Type of
okay.
not
Type of a. Yeah. This
triple
we have.
equals.
Yeah. This we have to do. If a
Yeah,
type of a, and here it will give you a string.
a string.
So do one
In
thing.
single quote.
Yeah. Do one thing before going to the next line. Write here what it should be the output. We don't know. Okay.
In single quotes or double quote.
Yeah, let it to be single quote or double, it's not the matter, but first we will confirm whether how to write a string. We don't know whether small s or capital S. So do one thing, how we can get that? Go with the console, check the output. Okay, and a, it will give you the type of a. So type of a is number, means this type you have to write. So type of a equal to what? Number. If type of a equal to number, let's check now, it will give you true or false. What it given? So its number is not defined because we have to keep inside single quote. Save. So now we got true because a is number type. Now go with the B. So B is false because B is a string type. Correct? So now we will check the type of B. See, when you validating any user, you have to check these all things. Don't think that this is just useless. No. When you getting data, you can't think what user will enter there. So a string, how you will write? You will write like this type. Copy this. And if B equal to and pass a string, then it will give you true. Means now, so we got two condition. Correct? That it will be number or a string. So wherever it required, you will check the type of a equal to like this condition. So now come to our logic. So this type actually you will get what output you have to compare. Next, what we have to compare here, whether we are going to perform the multiplication, means both output, both types should be number, that we have to compare. So what we will write here, we will write a type of a equal to and number. Okay, second condition, and because both should be same type, and then we will check type of which one, B equal to which type, number type. Means if this will be the condition, then only it will get execute. Else we will write here else part, and sorry, console.log. Now you can give that type should be which type, means you can give the input to the user. Okay, type should be Which type? Number only. Now what we had done? We had given input means a parameter. We had passed 1 and Ramu. One is number, one is Ramu. Check that. What you got? Type should be number only. SHOU. And where we getting undefined? So somewhere we getting undefined. Maybe this one. Remove this. And now save. 1 second. Oh, somewhere. Oh, this line actually. Because it's not returning any value. That's why. Okay. So next, what we had written? We written here. Let it to be this one. And you can do one thing. You can pass this itself here. Return. So your output will come there. So type should be number only. Because we had passed 1 and Ramu. What we want? We want only number. Remove this and pass 5. Now save. So type is 5. Now it means it done the operation. Now the second condition means this become like this. That's fine. But what we want to give the proper information to user that whether A is the number or a string, or means which is that a string type, because we want number only. That's fine. But which is the number means which is the another type of, like a strings are there or arrays are there. So which is that different type other than number. So we have to give the information, proper information to user. So he will easily predict which value is that one. So you can go strictly type check. Means you going to check each line. So how we can verify whether A is means we have to give information to user whether A is the number or a string or B is number or a string. But means we have to tell to user A is not number, A is a string type. Please enter A value as number. So how we will check that? Means condition. Tell me. See, when you're doing the programming logic, you have to think like this type itself. It's not like a means you got output, that's fine. No, you have to think each case. Tell me how we will tell the user that B is, suppose that here B is not number. How we will tell to the user? Only writing.
Check both A and B, sir.
Okay, fine. So see what we had done inside the if condition. If this condition is true, means when the type is number, it will get executed inside. It's correct. But suppose that type of A is not number, means suppose type of A is, first condition become false. Suppose this condition become false, means anyway this loop will not execute. Correct. But this will enter inside this loop. So here you can pass what you want to check. So yeah, tell here. So here we will write that the number you had entered A or which one, that B is what type that. Yeah, tell here what will you write?
If type of A double triple equals number.
1 second. Let me copy this.
So remove 1. First check 1.
Yeah. So we will check inside
Not,
the else.
we can
Yeah.
put here not equal.
Yeah.
So that if it will not be like.
So we will check each condition inside the else part. Like if A not equal to number means it is a string. So we will tell to user what? ENTERED entered value of which one? A is not a number. Got it? Like this. Save. So now type should be number only because we are passing A and B is the string. Do one thing, remove this, pass 5, save. We got the output. Remove this and pass here Ramu. What it's showing the output now. So see that we got two output here. Type should be number only and entered value of a is not number, because we are checking inside the if condition. But now suppose this is your number. Now see, these all are the bug fixing. Okay, suppose Ramu. Now type should be number only. Now we have to tell to user that B is not the number. Means again we have to check the condition for the B. How we will check? So we will check inside the else part here itself. Like
Else
if this condition, if you want, you can go with the else. Otherwise, if you want, you can write multiple if condition also. Got it? Multiple if condition also you can write. And now here we are going to check type of B. And what we will tell? We will check that type of B not equal to number. Okay, means alternate we are telling. Means we are telling that now see, we had covered both scenario A and B. Same. My B value is this one. So B got a B is not a number. Do one thing. Remove this completely. And write the prompt method. Right here. Enter first value, comma, prompt, enter second value, save. Now see, enter first value, pass 1. 55, pass something. We got something. What is that? Entered value of A is not a number. Entered value of B is not a number. Type should be number. Means both value, whatever we had entered, that is not number. But we had entered value. We had entered digit 55 and something was that. But why we got again that error? Can anyone tell me?
Because sir, when we taking input from the user, it's come only in a string form only, sir. It's not come.
Yeah, correct. So when we taking the value from the prompt method, so it's giving in the string format, not in the number.
After
Means
prompt we
it will
pass plus operator, sir.
Yeah, so we can convert that into number. So what we will do? We will add here plus. We will pass here plus, and then here we will pass plus. Now save. Now give the value. 52, 63. Now see what it done. It done some operation, whatever it's written there. Correct? Now just pass something. MOHAN, Mohan, and RAMU, Ramu. Let's see. It done NAN. Because we converted that into plus. That's why. Got it. So in that case, you can do dynamically. What you can do? You can check the condition again. What you can see. When you entering 1, 2, 3, 4 like this type, means a digit, alphabet, like this type, then only convert into number form. If you passing something like this, okay, then don't convert this into digit, means a number, because this is not actually number, this is actually a string type. So if you want, you can dynamically, means again you can verify inside this, means again you can check the condition. So these all are known as the bug fixing. When you're writing, it's not that you had written the logic, that's it, completed. No, you have to check the each scenario, what user can enter. We can't know. We have no any idea that what user will enter. He can pass anything. Okay. That's why in SQL query, many times they are disabling. They are not passing, means they are not accepting rubbish thing. Because otherwise you can hack the database. You can delete their database completely by passing one simple query. Okay. That's why they will not accept in your number or those scenario. When you entering your number, they will not accept like this type of letter. hash, hash, dollar, this, that, these all things, a special character, they are not accepting, because with the help of this, you can delete the database itself completely. Okay. We have to check the each scenario, how you can do that. It's not that just a simple we had written, that's it. No. Okay, so this is a simple type of operator, and with the help of type of, we can check the conditionally. Got it? Had you got some idea? So now you can remove this, not an issue, don't go this much. But yeah, this one you can. Mohan. So we had handled both case, 12 and Mohan. If you will pass any value as a number or a string, it will show you that value of b is not a number. So you can easily get that. Okay, value of b is not number. So we have to convert that. Have you got some idea or not? How we have to write the program, or how we have to write the logic? Like this way, we have to handle that scenario. So these are the, this we can tell that this is a strictly type checking. Means on each step you are checking that what user had entered and what you want. Okay, so that is known as the strictly checking. And the same scenario, same thing, we had studied that use strict. With the help of a strict, use a strict, we was doing same thing. Okay, so what we had done here, we had passed the parameter, and how much parameter you will pass. We are not going to define the data type or anything. JavaScript do not perform any type checking passed on the argument side. Next, JavaScript function do not check the number of argument received. It's not going to check that also, that how many argument it will receive. Next, default parameter. If a function is called with a missing argument, suppose there is no any argument less than declared, then the missing values are to be undefined. Means, suppose that, take this function itself. My voice is audible or not? Hello?
Yes sir, yes sir.
Okay. और रोशन क्या हाल है?
सब बढ़िया है सर फिलहाल तो।
प्रफुल्ल बोले कि आप कहीं बिजी थे।
हाँ सर, वो
कहाँ चले गए?
भाई का सर।
अच्छा।
वो
बोले कि वो
2.5 घंटे लग गए।
वो बोले थे कि शादी में आप चले गए हैं।
नहीं, शादी में नहीं गया था। किसकी शादी है सर? शादी भी नहीं हो रही।
प्रफुल्ल बोले, शायद आप ही का होगा। प्रफुल्ल बोल रहे थे ऐसा, मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूँ।
नहीं, इतने दिन खराब जल्दी नहीं करने सर मुझे।
अच्छा मतलब प्रफुल्ल आपका दोस्त नहीं, आप समझ रहे हैं ना?
नहीं, दोस्त है सर। अच्छा, 11th क्लास में साथ में सर। अभी कितने साल हो गए?
तो वही तो है भाई, बहुत ज्यादा गहरा दोस्ती, इसीलिए वो आपका जल्दी शादी करा देना चाह रहे हैं।
नहीं सर, ये गलत है सर। सब कुछ करा लो, शादी मत कराओ।
Okay, so see what we are going to do here. We will pass the argument. Okay, so my function 12 Mohan, something we had passed. Suppose that we are passing one more argument here. Okay, we passed 3 argument and we only receiving 2 value, a and b. Sorry, a comma b. Let's save and just look over that what we got. We got 12 and Mohan. We passed the third argument 25. Let's pass the third argument c and receive that c also. So save. We got 12 Mohan 25. We had not passed any fourth argument, but I will try to receive that. What we will get? Any idea? What we will get? Any error, value, or what?
Undefined.
What about others? Error?
Undefined, sir.
How we have to get error actually, na? We had not defined, we had not passed
It
that.
will pass only
Both were
argument.
not declared, no sir?
Hmm.
Both were not declared.
Yeah, so we will get undefined.
Undefined.
Because we had not declared that value, but we are utilizing, means you can tell that we are trying to get that value, but the value is not available there. So we get undefined. Got it? So we will not get any error if you not passing the value, but if you are trying to get that, you will not get error. You will get that, but it will get undefined. So in interview, they are asking what is undefined. Undefined means we had not declared. Here we had not declared any value, but we trying to get, we trying to access. That time it will get undefined. The name itself, defined and un, means there was no definition for that one. Got it? You got some idea or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So ECMAScript 15 allow default parameter value in the function declaration. Means suppose that one more line of code, means one more things. Suppose we are not passing here d, correct, means fourth value, but I want to pass. So we can pass there itself. If you want to pass there, you can pass. It will not give any error. Let's see whether we getting error. So it given that 85. But suppose here we had not written late const var. Let's write here. Will it give error? So it's showing something error type. What is that actually? Let's look. Unexpected identifier means you can't pass this d here. Let's save. So we got 85. I
So we
trying
can
to
also use sir double equal to or triple equals to.
where
Also replace the equals to sign.
85. Okay. So what are you thinking? It will be give error.
Error.
And why it will give error? That you can anyone.
Because comparison operator this is.
Yeah. So this become comparison operator, but we are not doing comparison. We are doing assignment operator. We are assigning 85 to D, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes.
In place of getting this 85, in place of getting this 85 from here, in place of getting this 85 from here, what we had done? We had passed the 85 there itself, in the function itself, correct or not? See that we got 85 in place of providing this 85 from here. What we had done? We had written that 85 in the function itself equal to 85, and output is same. There is no any changes. But when we passing double equal to, it become your comparison operator. It going to compare, but we are not comparing. We are providing the value. That is the case. Clear or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Next, arguments object. रोशन कल आप नहीं थे ना, एक्चुअली मैंने रिज्यूमे बनवाया था, ठीक है, तो आप प्रफुल्ल
सर
से
वो
हेल्प
वीडियो
ले
देखा
लीजिएगा।
वीडियो देखा सर।
ओके ओके ठीक है, तब तो कोई इशू नहीं। तो एक बार प्रफुल्ल से आप हेल्प ले लीजिएगा, जहां भी दिक्कत रहेगा कि कहाँ पे क्या चेंजेस करना है। जहां तक तो वीडियो में पूरा है,
हाँ
तो कोई
सर।
इशू नहीं है। और वो आपको फाइल शायद मिल गया होगा, वो गूगल ड्राइव पर जो है।
हाँ सर।
हाँ, तो उसे डाउनलोड करके और फिर अपना मॉडिफाई कर सकते हैं। 1 सेकेंड, उसका एक्सेस क्या दिया हुआ है? राइट एबल तो नहीं है ना? नहीं तो सब के सब उसमें लिख दे।
नहीं सर, नहीं डाउनलोड किया था हमने सर, वो एडिट वाला ऑप्शन नहीं है सर उसमें, फिर रिव्यू का।
हाँ, नहीं तो फिर वो प्रॉब्लम क्या होगा ना?
क्या था सर वहाँ पे एडिट करने का, बट रिव्यू का ऑप्शन था सर, वहाँ पे रिक्वेस्ट।
हाँ, नहीं तो वही, नहीं तो फिर वो प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा कि सब राइट करके वो मेरा लिखा हुआ है वो गायब, वह सब अपना अपना उसी में लिख दिए। तो वहां पे सिर्फ उसी का रहेगा जिसका लास्ट में रहेगा, क्योंकि फिर तो वो गलत मतलब हो जाएगा। रीड का ही है सिर्फ।
हाँ, रीड
तब तो ठीक है, तो ठीक है, सब कोई दिक्कत नहीं। कहाँ गया HTML? जावास्क्रिप्ट इसके पीछे। Okay, so what we will looking? Yeah, so arguments object means JavaScript function has a inbuilt object called argument object. The argument object contains an array of the argument and used when the function was called or invoked. This way, they simply use a function to find instance the highest value in the list of number. So see that here. So x, then here we are doing find max and we passing multiple arguments means yeah, multiple arguments are there, and what it will do, it going to check the maximum one. So what we had written here, we had written one function. Inside we had written one let max equal to minus infinity. After that we trying to loop, and once you looping argument 0, I means argument I means whatever is the written there, you are taking that and you are comparing. Means with the help of this logic, what we are going to do, we are going to check whether it's which is the highest value. So just one time go through this program, how it working. Okay, you will get the idea. Nothing is written here. One loop is there, and inside this loop, if condition is there, if it become max or whatever condition got satisfied, and the value to this one means this variable max, and then it will return that value. That's it. But the loop, within the loop, it will check. One time go through this example, you will get the issue. Or you can create to sum of all the input, means the same thing. Now we're not going to check that one maximum. Now we are going to check the sum of the operation. So let sum equal to something, then loop equal to something, then sum, what we had written, plus equal to, it going to plus, and it will pass to the variable, means lastly it will give you single value. That's why I had told previously, don't use inbuilt method. Try to think about your side. What all inbuilt method for this one? Suppose you have to use this one. What is the method name? Reduce. With the help of reduce we can do. Find max, math.max method is there. Correct or not? Math.max. It will do the same thing. So that's why I told don't use inbuilt method. You can go through that, means by the logical programming side, and you can check. Got it? So try to get through this line of code, because in programming time, many company will ask these all things. These are the basics. They will ask. So whatever program you getting here, please be clear from that logic. If you have issue in the logic, you can ask. If a function is called with too many arguments, more than declared, this argument can be reached using the arguments object. So we can pass like arguments object. Here itself you can see that like this way, or you can make object also. Whatever object we know, means in the array, that type also you can pass. It's not an issue. What is this? Pass by value. Who have idea this pass by value? Anyone having idea? C programming. Arguments are passed by value. So let's see. What is this? The parameter in function call are the function argument. That's fine. JavaScript arguments are passed by value. The function only get to know the value, whatever function we are writing. Inside that we are writing A, B, C something, and that will receive the value, means that will get the value, not the arguments locations. Means it will not get from where the value are coming or this, that, nothing. With the help of the whatever parameters we are writing, with the help of that, it will get the exact value as like sequence by itself. If the function change the argument value, suppose we change the value, means in the function we are passing, suppose in the function call we passing here 12. Suddenly value changed, 12 become the 35. The value become changed in the function. It will get changed here. Means it have no any idea regarding the original position or what value was previously, nothing. It does not change the parameter original value. It will change the value from there where that is getting to called. Don't confuse these all line. Whatever we know, that's it. That is written in the some lengthy statement. So changes to argument are not visible or reflected outside the function. So whatever we will make the changes in the argument, it will not reflect outside the function. means outside. Whatever we will do, it will be available inside only. Next is object are passed by reference. Same thing we had learned, we are learning in the Java. Call by value, call by reference. Anyone having idea? Call by value, call by reference. Shivani, you have idea?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is that actually?
So in reference, we pass the location, the location or address of the variable location.
Yeah,
Like
so
pointer.
in, yeah, correct, like pointer and something like that. No? That is the thing. So in the reference, what we are doing in JavaScript, object reference are the value. Means the reference itself, they will act as the value. Because of
The
this,
variable itself pass.
what?
The variable itself passed. That is called by reference.
Okay. Yeah, means it will be like path variable.
Yes, sir. Huh.
Okay. So because of this, object will behave like the passed by reference. Okay. If the function change the object property, it change the original value. If we will change the object property, it will change the object original value. Changes to the object property are visible reflected outside the function. Let it to be just normal. Nobody will ask in the C and means Java and here actually that. But this thing is important in the case of which one? C programming. Everybody asking that call by reference, call by value. But when you will go in Java, they will ask. Then next is function invocation. How many topic is there? Oh, how much lengthy? Oh, just only 2 concepts. That's it. We'll complete this. So function invocation. Function invocation means same thing, calling the function. So the code inside the JavaScript function will execute when something will be invoked. So see, whatever we had discussed, still we know all the things, but one thing we don't know, how to call self-invoking function, anonymous function. These all concept, whatever new was there, we had discussed deeply. Remaining we know, so no need to discuss that much. So the code which is written inside the JavaScript function will execute only when something will invoke it. Means you know why I pasting that in URL, then I pasting here. Otherwise format will change. Otherwise I not have to do anything. Automatically taking the color and whatever formats. Okay, so the code inside a function is not executed when the function is defined. It means whatever we will write the code inside the function, if we will not call, that code will not get executed. It will get executed only when we will call the function with the help of function name. Correct? So the code inside the function is executed when the function is invoked. And the in common word, we are not telling this much lengthy invoked. We are telling function call. That's it. So it is common to use a call a function instead of invoke a function. We are not going to call this much lengthy name. So it is also common to say call upon a function, start a function, or execute a function. Correct? So in this tutorial, we will see how to invoke the function. So let's cut this. See, if I will paste that direct here, see that it came in the black color. I want the same color. Automatic. Okay, so what is written here? Function, and then this is your function call. This is the things itself. So the function above does not belong to any object, but in JavaScript there is always a default global object. In HTML, default global is a object is HTML page itself. So function above belong to the HTML page. Whatever it written there, it's let it to be. It's confusing otherwise. In a browser, the page object is the browser window. Yeah, this thing. In a browser, actually, whatever page is opening, suppose this page is opening. So this page is known as part. It will of which one? So browser window, and the function above automatically become a window function because that is belong to the window. So you can tell that in interview means in interview they are asking like what is a DOM, what is BOM, what is POM, these all things. POM means page object model. DOM means document object model. BOM, WOM window object model. So like this type they are asking. So which is window object? So see that function now itself. The page on which where you writing the function, it get executing, that is comes under the window object. So my function and window dot my function is the same. So this belong to the window object. So nothing is written here, just normal function. Then we can execute like this type also, window dot function. But we no need to write window, we are writing directly function. So this is a common way to invoke a JavaScript function, but not a good practice. So global variable method or function can easily create same conflict and bugs in the global object. Next is this keyword. I'm not going to explain this keyword, already we know. Anyone having any issue in that this? We had seen this in the deeply when we had studied this keyword. If you want, you can go through there. Then globally object. Wait, remove this itself here. It will be good. Otherwise, it's very lengthy topic here again. Invoking a function as a method. Invoking the function global causes the global using a variable program function. This remove up to there. It's not required. There it is. Where my cursor gone? Okay. Invoking function. Remove this also. Okay. Next, invoking function as a method. What means this? In the JavaScript, you can define the function as object method. We had seen this already when we was creating the object. In this case, we was writing the function, and this function is not normal function. This function is the part of the key and value pair. Means key is the full name, and what is the value? So value will be from this function. So when you calling my object dot full name, you will get the return value of this one. Means now function will be part of your object, means as method or properties. So that is written there already in the window, means object case itself we had seen this. So let it be, don't go this much more. Next is invoking a function with the constructor. How to invoke with the help of constructor? Just during a starting itself I had told how to invoke function with constructor. What was that? Function with constructor. What are the term we had used that time? Which operator? New keyword. Correct or not? So see here, we have written function, this that something, then we written here new and function. This is going to create the new object, and this way we can create that function. Yesterday we had seen my father and then my mother, something was there, we was passing that. So here is the function, and then here you taking that. We will not explain this again because yesterday we had seen this. Okay, then this is your function call. We will cover this thing tomorrow, not today, because this will be lengthy topic actually, function call. Yeah. So now 3 topic is pending, that is important actually. Function call, apply, bind and closures. This 4 topic. When you are attending interview, sure you will get this. Means mostly